Okay, this is Zafar Sativan. You will find me as Zafar Sativan on the internet. I'm a writer and a learning specialist. I was in Canada, but I'm right now stuck in India for personal reasons as well as the pandemic. So I've been doing a little connecting of the dots for some time now, and in fact drafting the third book that I'm supposed to write. And while doing so, I made some interesting connections. And the most important one being why this issue that we are facing. To begin with, as human beings, we need so little. All we have is this moment. We all have only 24 hours to live, and everything that we do and say is pretty much determined by that kind of a time frame. Apart from that, we need a little bit of health, a certain amount of wealth to get by, and perhaps a small group of people who love you or love us unconditionally. So that gives meaning to our existence. Apart from that, I have seen, been there, done that. I've seen the richest people being very unhappy, and I've seen the simplest people living absolutely unfettered lives in the rural villages of Assam in the northeast India, where there are still bullock carts. Honestly, there are bullock carts. There are horse-drawn carts transporting. Well, so why this whole thing, right? A couple of years ago, I stumbled into Bitcoin and then started making a little bit of digital money, and it was so interesting that wow, this is an interesting system altogether. And as I went down that rabbit hole, I discovered more and more and more and more and more until I arrived at the fact that there is this technology which pretty much challenges the very concept of the nation state and central banks. Now, that scale, the power of that technology is at that scale which challenges the biggest powers that be, obviously has a whole lot of other things going on. And so, at the center of most religions, you have a battle. You have a tremendous mother of all wars, let's say. And if by so many considerations this is the Third World War, but this is not just a world war, it's even more than that perhaps. But for the sake of brevity, I don't want to get into too much detail. But yes, this is an economic war, and this is not about the health industry. This is not about VACCINES. This is about an economic condition. Let's say a situation has erupted or unfolded, a technology so powerful that it pretty much challenges all the powers that be. And so, in order to transition into a different world where digital communication is going to be center stage and so many other things are going to be important, such as an encrypted smartphone. And to be honest, it is not even smart. It is stupid people who thought that having a smartphone will make them smart, and it is anything but. So there you have it. It is simply a mechanism to see the limits of human freedom. That's pretty much the issue here. And it is timed. Yes, it is timed. It is controlled. And as soon as too many people get to know about the real thing, it's going to stop. Because if we get to know, we also have the power of our choice, our sovereignty, our basic human being. And so our greatest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our greatest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. Wake up or get jabbed. End of story. You have a great day, guys.